Hey, what's up everyone? It's Kale here. And yeah, it's our new episode of Guitar Painting 101. In today's video, I want to talk about spray guns. I will show you how to adjust all your guns in only 3 steps. Okay, let's go. Okay guys, I got some guns here and we will use this as an example. Basically, you can see two different types of guns. This one is a SATA type. It's called RAM. Taiwan-made gun is a copy of SATA 1000. And this one is a developers SRI Pro and Iwata. Yeah, Iwata QRM1. These two are basically the same. You can see we have 3 knobs here, right? 3 knobs here. And the SATA types. The SATA type have 3 knobs here. So let's start with this one. You can see we have 3 knobs here. This one is for our pressure. And actually, we normally use it as fully open. Because you can see we have an air gauge here. And we can see how much pressure instead of you using this one. And this one is our fan size. When we turn it out, you can see when I turn it out, it's our full fan size. When I turn in, the fan part will be narrow. And this is our fluid. Fluid means when you turn it out, the more fluid can be sprayed out. And when we turn it in, the fluid will be less. And for a SATA type, the pressure adjustment is here. Normally we don't touch it, we just use it fully open. And this is our fan size. When we turn it this way, it's our full fan pattern. And when we narrow it down, you can see it's less fan pattern size. And this is our fluid. Now basically, these two are very similar, just in different adjustment position. Developers type is just the same as our Iwata type. Actually, they are not all the same in design, but the adjustment is the same. And the next thing is we need to know where is our full fluid and full fan pattern setting. For full fan setting, actually is pretty easy. You just turn this knob fully out. For a SATA type, is here. You can turn it this way until it stops. It's our full fan pattern size. And the next thing is our full fluid setting. Yeah, you can turn this fully out or almost out, because you can turn it. Yeah, you can see it drops here. And then we start turning in, but before that, you pull the trigger, fully pull the trigger, and turn it in until you feel a stop here, a stack. You can see there's a stack. And then let's count. You can see there's a mark here. If your gun doesn't have a mark, like this one, you can see I just make a mark by the pen. And then let's count this. It's 1 turn, 2 turn, 3 turn, and 4 turn and half. Yeah, this is our full fluid. And you can remember this. And as you can see, I have written here. Because every time we will clean our guns after spraying, we need to pull this one fully out, pull out our needle, and we need to clean it. In next time, you just use this number, you don't have count it again. For the fun part, you can also count it, but it's not that it is not that necessary. Okay, our next step is try to get a proper fan pattern from full fluid and full fan setting. We do that because today's spray gun manufacturers just design their gun for this setting, so it will be very easy to get a proper fan pattern. And you can see I use the ball here. It's a ball and a white paper. Actually, you don't have to use this one. You can just use some cardboards or masking paper. I use this one just for I hope it can be shown more clearly in our camera. And okay, let's start to spray something. I mixed some 1K base coat. It's just very normal 1K base coat. It's metallic black. I use it a lot as my ground base coat. It will be shown very good on our white paper. And yeah, today I will use this gun. It's Iwata Kiwami 1 1.3 tip, and it's a very common base coat gun. And before we start, I want to show you a picture. I hope you can have a track. It tells you what is the proper fan pattern you are looking for. Normally, we have two different shapes of a proper fan pattern. One is just like an oval, or you can call it an O shape. And we have a capsule shape, or you can call it an I shape. It just depends on your gun. And on some guns like SATA, you can change them by converting your air cap. The gun I'm using now, the Iwata, is more of an I shape. And let's adjust our gun to full fluid and full fan. Then the last thing is adjust our pressure. Normally you can find a recommendation on your manual or on your spray gun web page. But if you know nothing about it, or you can find it, I recommend you to set your pressure to 2 bar or 29 psi. And yeah, today many guns just use 2 bar. And I think it's a good start. But if you want to start at 1.5 bar or 1.35 bar or even 1 bar, that's okay. That's just okay. And let's have a try at 29 psi or at 2 bar. Okay, that is our fan pattern. Let's write 29 here and let's see it closer. Okay, let's see it. The first thing you need to notice is the outer of our fan pattern. You can see the particle is very fine. That means our optimization is very good and our pressure is good enough. But you can notice the shape is not like this one. It's more of an 8 fan pattern. It's more of a number 8 shape. You can see the top and bottom is a little bit heavy. That means even though we can get a good optimization from 29 psi, it's a little bit too high for this material. And if I set a higher pressure, let's say 32 psi, you can see it more clearly. Okay, you can see the fan pattern looks worse than 29 psi. You can see it's more of a bone shape looking. If you spray your guitar by this fan pattern, it's harder to get an even coverage. If we go to 40 psi, you can see the fan pattern will be split more. And then let's try to lower the pressure. Let's try to use 25 psi and let's see what will happen. Okay, you can see it's much better. It looks very even. That is the fan pattern you are changing for. You can see the shape, and let's see it closer. You can see we still have a very fine optimization. The center is white and we don't have a split. That is just what we want. Let's write down the pressure here is 25, and how about lower the pressure a little bit more? Let's have a try. Now I will lower the pressure to 20 psi. Okay, you can see the fan pattern is quite similar to our 25 psi, but just a little bit narrow. And let's see it closer. You can see the pico, our optimization is still very fine here. And you maybe notice the center is a little bit whiter. Actually, it is no problem. It just gives you a whiter coat, or you need to move it a little bit faster than 25 psi. And let's continue to lower the pressure and see what will happen. And here is 15 psi. Hope you can notice our fan pattern is even whiter than 20 psi. But let's see the outer. Okay, you can see the outer areas. The particle becomes rough. That means our pressure is not enough to optimize this material. If you use the insufficient pressure, you will get a lot of more orange peels. Okay, let's mark it first, and you got a proper range for this material. It's about 20 to 25 psi. You can choose any pressure in this range. If it's lower, you may get a little bit wider pattern, and if it's higher, you may get a slightly larger pattern. Normally, I like to set it as low as possible because more pressure means more overspray. And I will show you 22 psi. It's a recommended pressure in our manual. Okay, that's it. You can see, actually it's very similar, right? Okay, now let's look at the full process of this step together. At first, we start at 29 psi. And yes, you can use any other psi, that's no problem. And if you find the fan pattern is a little bit split, that means your pressure is too high, you need to reduce it. And if you find the outer area of our fan pattern becomes rough, that means the pressure is not enough, you need to increase it. And let's see it again. You can see what is a fine optimization and what is a rough optimization. So now we got a proper pressure, proper PSI, but you need to know this pressure is for this paint and at this moment. Different materials has different viscosity, and the temperature can change the viscosity of the material. For example, it's in summer now, the temperature is high, so I can use 22 psi. But if it's in winter, if I want to get the same optimization, I maybe need to use 20, 25 or 26. And we have another problem. You may notice our fan pattern is a little bit too big. You can see it's about, I think it's about 10, 11 inches. Let's have a measure. Yeah, it's about 10 inches. It's not a big problem for base coat. You dress it with some more materials. But for clear coat, especially for high solid 2K clear coat, you may get, we call it fat edge. I mentioned it in my last episode. If you haven't watched it, I recommend you to have a track. So our final step is try to narrow our fan pattern to a proper size, especially for a gun with a huge fan. At first, you can keep everything the same, but turn the fluid in. Let's have a try on this gun. From step 1, we know it's about 5 turns of this gun for a full fluid setting. Now let's have a try to 1 turn in. Okay, you can see the fan pattern is slightly smaller. Not very much, but you can see it's smaller. And let's try 3 turns out or 2 turns in. Oh, before that, let's have a mark. Okay, the left one is just a full fluid, it's a 5 turns out, and the right one is a full turns out. Okay, let's have a try about 3 turns. Yeah, you can see it's even smaller, but still a little too big. And okay, it's 2 turns out. Let's have a try. Okay, here you can see our fan pattern. Yes, it's just small, but you can see the shape. The shape is uneven. It's not even anymore. That is not what we want. When it happens, it tells you the material is not enough. So we need to turn the fluid a little bit more. So let's have 2.5 turns. Okay, let's see this one. You can see the fan pattern size is small, but not too small, and is still even from top to bottom. Not very wide in center, and not split. Okay, 3 turns out, 2 turns out, and this one, 2.5 turns out. That is what we want. For a guitar body, that is definitely an ideal fan pattern size. The process is pretty simple, right? And yeah, you can adjust your gun in this process. For miniguns and midi guns, it's pretty simple. You can adjust your fluid to get a smaller proper fan pattern. But how about a full-size gun? Yeah, it's a little complex. Let's see an example here. Okay, let's see an example of a full-size gun. It's a DRAM 1.3 tip. I use the same material, and the proper pressure of this gun is about 33 or 34. And I have turned the fluid in to a fan pattern size I want. Okay, let's see what will happen. Yeah, we got a problem here, and let's see it closer. Yeah, you can see the fan pattern size is just as we want, but you can see the center is just a little bit not white. It's a little similar to our previous test of 2 turns out. Yeah, I think so. But at this time, I can't turn the fluid out cause it will be a bigger fan pattern than I want. Therefore, we need to adjust our fan size knob. One thing you need to know is, if you turn the fan knob in, the inlet pressure will be increased. We need to check the air gauge again and adjust it to previous pressure. For this guy, it's about 33. And yes, let's try our fan pattern again. Now you can notice it's a little bit too wide, so I need to turn the fluid in a little bit more. Yeah, it looks much better. Here you can see the size of these 5 fan patterns are just similar, but the center, you can see we have a wider center now. I'd say it's an acceptable fan pattern for me. Maybe not perfect, and you can dial it in a little bit more. And yes, that's why I don't recommend you to use a full-size gun to spray guitars. You need to adjust multiple things from our fluid and the fan pattern and the pressure. If you don't adjust it right, your finished work won't be good. And here I want to show you what is the full and full setting of this gun. You can see it's a huge fan and a lot of materials. If you use this fan pattern on your guitar painting, then you won't have a good control. Okay, that's all of our today's video. I hope this can help, and you can adjust your gun by yourself. Thanks for your watching, and see you in next video. Bye bye.